Yeah.
episode of the Cultural Capitalist Podcast. Name is Adewale Agoke Jr. and with me is King Kimba, aka the Colonel. I didn't want to forget that because he was forgetting to call himself the Colonel. But yeah, man. Today we gonna continue talking about what we always talk about, dipping into Africa, talking about the great things about Africa. Kimba, man, go ahead, get yourself in here, man. Do your
Yeah,
thing.
what's up? What's up, guys? You know how it goes. You know who it is. It's Kimber. I'm here with Adewale, man, and yeah, Sanusi,
It's all
Sanusi
right, man.
Vision.
It took me. I can barely pronounce the Cultural Capitalist Podcast, so I'm just learning to say that. Sanusi Vision for real.
Yeah, so we here, man, and yeah, it's good, man. It's good. Missed you last week. You was busy, and that's good. It's a
Yeah,
good busy. You
yeah,
know what I mean? You handling business, man, and just for starters, man, well done. You got so much going on, and you're handling it, bro. So.
yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of things going on right now. The world is it's always busy, man. There's always something happening. So it's good to have an opportunity to chop it up about things that help, move forward. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and
I've been
congrats to you. I see he has a bunch of new videos out now. Right now, he dropped
mm,
a collab album with his boy. They're in England. There, the videos on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I've seen them everywhere. So y'all need to go ahead and make sure y'all click in it. And this is the kind of
yeah.
music that we need because the kind of music we're getting
Mm,
nowadays is intoxifying, is to say the least. So it has no substance. But yeah, hey Juan, thank you. Appreciate you joining us, bro. Appreciate you. That's my boy Juan. He's always down for checking us
oh,
out when we're going. So Cultural
that's
Capitalist
what's up.
Podcast, man. Yeah,
Most
Juan is a
most
combo podcast with my boy. He's actually lives in England.
yeah.
So we trying to get this thing out there. It's been doing pretty well. So today for y'all, man, for y'all don't know, today we want to focus on there's four things we talked about last time.
Mm-hmm.
Agriculture, industrialization, technology, and I believe it was AI. I can't remember what the fourth one was, but you can't fit it all in one go. So
Mm, it's real.
we're gonna start with Africa, agriculture, and food sovereignty. Food, you can't do nothing if you ain't eating. So for me, Africa, agriculture, and food sovereignty. What do you think is how does Africa fix that problem, Kimber? What do you think is the is the key of it all? Because prior to colonization, we was doing that. We were farming, we was doing all those things. So colonization really set us back when it came through.
Yeah, so I mean, the thing why it is so significant for the continent of Africa is that a lot of the natural resources that are indigenous and
Hello,
natural to
Juanita. How you doing? Hello,
hey,
Juanita. We
shouts
got
out.
60 people in the chat. Hello,
Oh, that's
everybody.
what's up. Hey,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thanks for
Thank you for
joining us.
joining us.
Welcome to another Cultural Capitalist podcast with Kimba and Adewale, aka the
Yeah,
Colonel, as always like to call him.
that's
Thanks for
what's up.
joining us. We're gonna talk about some awesome segments today, man. We're focusing on Africa, agriculture, and food sovereignty. Those things are very, very vital to the growth of Africa. So go ahead, Kimba. Do your thing, man.
Absolutely. So
Apologies
yeah,
for cutting.
yeah, no, you are good. So, Africa has gone through a lot of challenges in terms of people, foreigners owning the natural resources of
Yeah,
Africa. And food sovereignty is one of those areas where that still exists.
yeah.
It's funny because a lot of times, a lot of emphasis in terms of f- foreign ownership of African resources, a lot of the focus a lot of times is on the metals and
Yes.
the gold and the diamonds, right?
Hello, Carlos.
Which
More people
shouts
greeting
out.
us.
Yeah,
Sorry, y'all. We
which
in thoughts, but we appreciate everybody joining us today, man. Carlos, I
absolutely.
don't even know if he's from. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the Cultural Capitalist Podcast. Everybody joining us. So thank you for joining us, bringing that positivity, energy. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. Right now, we're using my platform and his platform, but pretty soon we're about to have our own platform for Cultural Capitalist Podcast. So you're gonna have to subscribe to that platform. So thanks
Yeah.
for joining us.
Hola, Carlos. Sorry.
Muchas gracias.
Hola y muchos gracias. Buenos dias. Hope you guys are good. It sounds like you might be out there on the West Coast, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so a lot of the emphasis in terms of um, foreign ownership of African resources has been focused on the um, the metals, the precious stones and different things like that. But one of the biggest issues is, like you said, is food sovereignty because before you can dig in the ground and start getting the resources out of the ground, you got to put something in your mouth so you got the strength to do it. And so much of Africa, the food resources is not even owned at the moment. You know what I mean? And that was one of the big things that Ibrahim Traore
Yep.
instituted when he came into power over there in Burkina
Hello,
Faso.
everybody. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Is that, man? So
Emmeline, Daniel, thank you for joining us.
mhm, mhm. When even your agriculture, you don't even have ownership of your agriculture to control or to make food affordable, right? Affordable for people who would generally be growing it, but now they're having to buy it. It doesn't, number one, it doesn't even make sense if you can grow it in your own backyard, but you've
Right.
sourcing it from somewhere else. You know what I mean? So that's a major, that's just a major problem, bro. Just major, major problem.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, everybody. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the Sound Vision. Welcome to the Cultural Capitalist Podcast with yours truly, Adewale Boke Jr. and
Hmm.
King Kimba, aka the Colonel. Yeah, thank you for joining us, man. Today we're focusing on Africa, man. And today we're gonna divide the 4 parts thing we did last time into a
I'm
two
still here,
part.
bro.
Yeah, yeah, I see you. I see you. Into a 4 part series. So today is about food sovereignty and agriculture. For me,
Hmm.
being that I'm Nigerian, I think one of the problems in Africa to see Africa say that Africa doesn't have food is an embarrassment. What we
Yeah.
have is a bunch of appointees in different countries within Africa that fail to do their job to serve the
Hmm.
community, to serve the country that to which
Hmm.
they are supposed to be heads of, right? So how can
Hmm.
Africa be starving when we have farms and all these different resources to us? It's because the leaders are greedy. Instead of building roads, they go buy nice cars. Instead of agriculture in the back of the house, they go buy ship food from China or wherever. Why are you shipping food into Africa? Are you out of your mind? And then why are we allowing useless human beings like Bill Gates to come and do GMO in Africa to not let your food be grown naturally? The man is an intoxication. He pretends like he's doing good work. He's actually a pet. He's a parasite. That's what Bill Gates is to me. He's a parasite. I'm donating $200 million. Who cares about your $200 million? How much are you stealing from the country? So for
Mm.
me,
Mm.
agriculture is a vital part of regrowing Africa. You must start to farm again, just like we used to do in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. You know what I'm saying? It was when the I don't know what happened between the time frame of the 80s and right now as we stand, but was that time frame, that gap? So we're talking about almost a 40-year gap where somebody decided, oh, it's good for us to ship food in. That makes no sense. It's the same process with the oil. Why are you shipping oil into the place when you have the oil in your backyard? It's never been logical to me how a lot of these appointees, remember I stopped calling them leaders, man,
Yeah.
appointees. Unless you're Traore, Gaota, Ticheni, one of those three, and the president from Chad, you're an appointee to me. You're not a leader, you're an appointee. You're just a
Mm.
dirt bag serving your own ends.
Mm.
Even Kagame in Rwanda, I'm on the fence about him because I feel like he's the one sponsoring the crisis in the DRC. He's
Right.
literally arming the militia M23 to steal resources,
Yeah.
cobalt, zinc, you name it, uranium. It's just disgraceful. You've been in the sea for 25 years. What have you done in 25 years that you haven't already done? So that's a dictatorship. You're not a
Yeah.
leader. You're a
Mm.
dictator. If you're a president, you do 2 terms to get up out the way. Let the next person come up in there. What we need in Africa truly is this. And this is what Ibrahim Traore, Gayotan, and Tichene are building. We need a processing plant with our leaders. Once I've done my 8, it's your turn. Get in there and continue what I did. Once you do your 8, get in there, next person. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to use America as an example because I think America is a terrible example. America is
Mm.
not even a country. America is a corporation. Same thing
Mm.
I could apply to England. Most of these
Mm.
countries in the European nation, France, these are all
Mm.
leeches that freeload off of Africa. Meanwhile, when you
Mm.
check, next time you buy a food package, right? Whether you're in Africa or next time you go to Africa, brother, I want you to look at the package. I want you to read the back of it. You'll see the
Mm.
word food sovereignty
Mm.
from whatever country it was shipped from. See, a lot of people are
Mm.
not paying attention to that. And those are the things that really it hit me differently. I've thought about all the things I could be doing in Africa. The biggest one is farming again. Really
Mhm.
farming. I'm talking about what Burkina Faso is doing is what the rest of Africa needs to be doing. Let the people of the country become the farmers. They are the farmers. Give them the dignity, the pride of restoring their country to greatness. No, but instead, what are they doing? Go ahead, Kimba. Go ahead.
Something that I've been seeing recently is really interesting.
Yeah.
Um, have you seen what Khalees is doing?
Yeah, she's
Khalees.
building farm in Kenya, but she's also facing opposition because, for one reason, they're saying that she's not having she's she's sort of been arrogantly destroying the nature of the way the animals exist in there too. So she's building all
Wow.
these barbed wire fences to where
Wow.
when the animals go up to the fence, they get electrocuted. That's not gonna
Right.
fly for too long. If she
So
wishes to
she's
make a
interrupting the natural
yeah,
habitat.
natural order, natural habitat. If she's wishing to stay in Kenya and stay in Africa, she better get her crap together quick, fast, because they won't have no problem booting her ass out. Pardon my English, but it's the truth. I think what
Mm,
I want to make this clear to a lot of people. Africans, we don't need you to save us. We can save ourselves. All
mm,
we need is leaders.
mm,
So when you have individuals come, and the main thing for me is for those who are of the African diaspora, that whether you're in England, whether you're in the Caribbeans, whether wherever you are, if you're a brother with this chocolate skin that we call our beautiful chocolate skin, when you bring your butt home, don't bring your butt home thinking you have that superhero complex. We don't need no superhero. It's the truth. What we need is
yeah.
individuals understand what needs to be built. What
Mm,
can you bring? What can you bring that's gonna further construct the beauty of Africa, right? Because that's what
mm,
Ibrahim Traore is doing. That's what Guyota is doing
mm,
in Mali. That's what Ticheni is doing in Niger. This is what we need
mm,
across Africa. So food sovereignty is agriculture is you can't have food sovereignty if you don't have agriculture. So that's why we're focusing on agriculture first.
yeah.
The concept of Africa itself not being able to feed itself is embarrassing. To see these UN trucks USF got kids lining up in droves, getting handed soup and amala. It's embarrassing, man. Meanwhile, these useless leaders taking flights to France, whatever country you can think of, and they just eat. I mean, I don't know what goes through these guys' heads. Bro, before they body these dudes, I would actually like to see them and say, what actually goes through your head when you
Mm,
get on a plane, your people are
mm.
starving, and you think it's cool to spend their money on a flight to wherever? You know what I'm saying? You got these idiots in the Nigerian government talking about we need to have Nigerian Air Force One. For what? You ain't even
Mm,
got fuel to give your people. There's lines.
mm,
People are paying 800 naira per liter in Nigeria for fuel. That's what I was paying when I was there. If you needed 100,000 naira to fill your car,
mm,
and that barely got you to three-quarter tank.
mm.
So you know what I'm saying? It's that's why I'm glad we're splitting up this segment because it's gonna take more than 45 minutes, man. This will be like
Yeah,
what
for
a
sure.
4 hour edition for real.
Hey, for
But
sure,
but
bro.
we're grateful for everybody who keeps joining us. I see our viewership has changed exponentially. The numbers of views are ridiculous, but that's the Africa part, the agriculture part. What do you think? Because there's three parts to this thing.
Yeah.
The agriculture part? What how do we address that, man? How do we empower farmers because what Traore did, which was impressive, he bought
Yeah.
tractors. He said, forget
Mm.
this. I'm just going to buy a bunch of tractors and give it to my people and let them get to work.
Well, I mean, that's the main thing, though, isn't it? Infrastructure, because
Yeah,
the resources are there. It's just the
yeah,
infrastructure, and that, I mean, going forward, we know that that is a lot of the piece of the puzzle
yes, the
for the
infrastructure.
development is infrastructure, man.
Yeah,
Because it's not okay. So the intelligence is there,
yep,
but the intelligence is there, but we need the educational infrastructure, right? But you also need the business infrastructure, right? To say that once you survey the land, you know what the land is capable of. You need those people with that level of intelligence to remain there, and then
yeah,
also you need the technology and the scheduling to make
yeah,
sure that it's a consistent implementation of a
yes,
system that produces an outcome. So yeah, man, when it comes to agriculture, it's the infrastructure and it's the technology. And we talked a lot of that was one of them we talked about
yes,
last week
technology.
is the technology, right? Because
Yes, sir.
yeah, it's just the technology because everything else is there. Like you said, he went and got tractors. What do you need? Do you need irrigation systems? Do you need the machinery for harvesting? Do you need machinery for sowing seed? Um, what do we need? And that's those are some of the major issues. But one thing that has often come up in my mind in terms of moving forward, and I know this is something that there are many African leaders that have probably considered, and I say that word with consideration, African leaders as opposed to appointees. I know there's probably plenty of African leaders who consider this, but um, is amen. Yes, the rate of transition or advancement. Because similar to your point you said about Khalees, one of the things that I know is important in this idea of industrialization is sustainability,
Yes,
right? Because you can advance at the detriment. of this the sustainable nature of it in the country. And that's
Right.
one thing I think we have to be careful of when you think about the continent is the sustainability and making sure that the infrastructure that goes into place is sustainable for a long term and that you can gradually increase in a way that doesn't that's not detrimental to the continent because it is
Right.
naturally beautiful and you don't want to overdevelop it to the point to where it's no longer sustainable.
Yeah, I think agriculture, because when we say development, I've always felt like this: development does not mean you need to become like the Western world. The Western world is a
Mm,
terrible example of how to be. The Western world is a parasite to itself. They toxify their own neighborhoods, they toxify their own waters, they pollute their own air. So I don't want to be like the Western world. Africa
right.
was the way. Prior to colonization, we was already building ourselves, educating ourselves, looking at telescopes, and that's what they were doing in Timbuktu. So all this
That's
other
true.
crap that's yeah. So for me, agriculture is means of the government allocating funds that are already there, that are already available to tractors, equipment that farmers need, educating these individuals on irrigation, actually literally walking your behind to Burkina Faso. Every single country in Africa should walk their butt to Burkina Faso, get over there, do a 3-month course on what these brothers and sisters are doing over there to build the farming system. Because they've literally got their own tomato plant in Africa, the biggest one.
Yeah.
Now, not only can they serve Africa, but they can serve other countries. Now they have something. We always need tomato. What you need it for? Ketchup, soup. What else am I leaving out? Spaghetti. What else am I leaving out, bro? I mean, there's so many things you can use tomato for. Eggs.
Yeah.
What am I leaving
Yeah.
out?
Uh, pizza.
Pizza. I
Uh,
mean, dude, the list is endless.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when we have individuals, and that's just what again, I know you said leaders, but some of these people aren't worthy to be called leaders because they're not leaders, they're appointees. And so if they don't start to stop, if they ever transition from appointee to leader, then I call them leaders. The problem is in Africa is that people come in there into political positions not to better the country, but to
Yeah.
enrich their pockets. So all the
Yeah.
money is supposed to filter back to the people. How is it ever going to become part of the agriculture? I remember when I was growing up, my family in particular, we've always been farmers. We own
Mm,
land, we farmers. But
mm,
somehow, because when my grandfather was alive, God rest his soul, he owned a cement business, but he had farms so
mm,
that he could have food sovereignty, right? Because
mm,
you know, if you don't have food sovereignty, you can't control what you eat. And
mm,
so, in order to get to food sovereignty, you have to create agriculture.
mm.
Stop thinking that oil. I mean, dude, this is so embarrassing. But these leaders actually think these appointees think it's a good idea. Let me call some person in Europe or France. Come and dig our oil for us, ship it back to France, and then sell it to us. Oh, so now they're charging you refinement fee. That's literally what it is. That's not even make any sense, man. I don't even know how to not be disgusted by that whole thought of just that actually happens every single day. You got this bomb in Cameroon. This man spends 7 months out of the year in France, but you're the president of Cameroon. You've been president for 42 years. Read my words, brother. 42
42.
years this man has been president. How are you president for 42 years? That makes no sense.
It doesn't.
And this is
It
what I was talking
doesn't.
about the whole unification process with the Sahel states, with
Yeah.
Burkina Faso,
Yeah.
Niger, and Mali.
Yeah.
And now you got Chad. What we
Yeah.
need is a 10 block. What I mean by 10
Mm,
block is that we need to take 10 countries, strong, unified. A move against one of us is a move against all of us. And we need to go through a sweep of through Africa, man. Just start laying fools down.
mm,
Start laying them down. Just laying them down. Yo, get right or get put down. Starting off with Cameroon. This man has been butchering his people. And yet, he's not going to face any crisis because whenever somebody's doing right in their country, the U.S., just like what they're about to do now to Venezuela, wants to go invade and steal oil, right? They won't do that. No. But when the country is going wrong, oh, he's a good leader. But if the country is going right, he's a bad leader. Propaganda
mm,
after propaganda after propaganda.
mm,
Even in our food, in our agriculture, there's propaganda. Why should
mm,
we let these guys? For example, when Mugabe kicked out all the whites in Zimbabwe, they said, "Oh, the farms failed because there were no whites." No, they failed because you sanctioned the country, and none of the other
mm,
African countries had the backbone to join their brother. Mugabe would have never failed if all the other African countries would have supported him. Now it's what we're getting now with Traore. We're not allowing him to fail. All the other African countries, forget African countries, forget the African appointees, the citizens to say you're not touching our brother. It's gonna be a problem if you do. You
mm,
know how much power that is? So
mm,
Traore has 1.3 billion people. are his army. They're like, we're not. It's not fly. It's not gonna fly. You're done killing our leaders. That's why they
Mm,
haven't killed them
mm,
because they know it's gonna be World War III. People are
mm.
ready to go, and even in our food, like in our food, why are we shipping in food? Gari, Nigeria, bro. We eat gari is probably the number one thing in Nigeria, and it's coming from India because it infuriates me.
It's
Cocoa,
another. Another one that's crazy too. What'd you just say? What was the last thing you said?
cocoa.
You took the words out of my mouth. Listen. About 4 years ago, I was asked to help contribute to this awareness event, and they were talking about the extinction of cocoa beans,
Yeah,
and they were talking about how cocoa beans are mined, or the farms where cocoa is grown in Africa have been used so deeply that it's almost to the point, if they don't are more gracious to the land in the way that they are um, exporting the cocoa, that the land will be so overused that in 50 years time there'll be no more cocoa.
yep.
And I said to myself, how does that even sound possible?
Because the government that's supposed to be protecting that national issue. If anything, they should nationalize it. When they allow these corporate companies to come in there and just siphon everything.
And this
Like,
is it, bro. All of these companies that these people go and get these coffee from,
yeah,
none of them are African owned, bro.
no,
These
Nestle,
big, huge brands, the Starbucks, these Costas,
Cranberry.
all of these people, man, is getting the cocoa from the same place in Africa. Which nation is it? Is it Congo?
I think it's Kenya. It might be Kenya.
It, it's
It
Kenya,
might
but
be.
there's one other one as well.
It
I'm
might be.
trying to remember.
It's either Kenya or the Congo. I don't remember.
South America is in on it too. Hold on, let me see.
Yes, that's why I brought up of Venezuela. The U.S. government, with its scandalous self, is trying to invade Venezuela so they can steal oil because Venezuela has the biggest oil reserves in the world, even more than Saudi Arabia.
Check this. Check this. The Ivory Coast
Yeah.
is the world's leading cocoa producer,
Yep.
with the country's output accounting for a significant portion of global cocoa supply, around 40 to 45%.
Wow. They're gonna
So
bleed
listen,
Ivory Coast out.
listen. You got the Ivory Coast, Ghana,
Yep.
Indonesia, Ecuador, Brazil,
Okay.
Cameroon, and
Cameroon.
Nigeria.
Nigeria shocked me. I wasn't expecting cocoa from Nigeria. But you see,
So
when you have greedy appointees, go ahead, brother.
out of the top seven, one, two, three, four.
Four
Out of the top seven, four of the three seven are African
African
nations.
countries because Ivory Coast, Cameroon, Nigeria, and Ghana. They're
Yep.
all Western countries. This is the disgrace. This is the infuriation of every African that's whether they are in Africa or whether they're in the abroad or Europe or wherever. They're disgusted. It's just infuriating. And so I know you take pride in making sure that your talent reflects positively on Africa. I take pride in making sure that my talent reflects on Africa. But how? It's not. There's not even a how. We have got to get these trash out of the way. They gotta go, man.
Yeah.
They just gotta go.
Yeah.
We can't live
Yeah.
another generation and let these people take another 40 years from us. We don't have 40 years to be given.
Mm.
There needs to be a urgency even start beginning with the food. I don't want to see any more UNISCF lines where
Yeah.
African kids are lined up starving, dude. No, man. Now we're a continent with food. The food is literally in your backyard.
Yeah.
And because
Yeah.
you have no human decency, you're willing to fly over to France and eat good while your people are starving. No, these people are appointees, man. I cannot call them leaders. They are appointees. And this is something I've always wanted to say. Whenever you insult African leaders, they get mad. Their mentality is you should be grateful for us letting you live. No, F you. No, we let you live. And what's funny is I don't know if you heard about this recently. What's happening in Burkina Faso is that some of these crooked elected officials talking about we stand for elections. No. And the people of Burkina Faso said, ain't no more elections. There's only one president, Ibrahim Traore. The rest of y'all can go to hell.
Mm.
Ain't no, because now they want to get in and fix what's already been fixed and continue what's already good and ruin
Yeah.
it again.
Yeah.
Start sending money to foreign whatevers. Nobody, no, we're not going for that, man. It's just so it 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 it, it's so debilitating, man.
Mm. Yeah, it is.
And the fact that all of us Africans from all over the continent, whether you're Nigerian, Ghanaian, Kenyan, we all are gravitating towards this one man, these three men, because we have never seen anything like this before.
Mm.
We haven't seen this since the days of the 60s when we had good leaders like Kwame Nkrumah and Julius Nyerere. We haven't had leaders like that, man. So
Mm.
to have three people that are doing this, no, we gonna be like, no, they staying. Y'all can pack your grab and go. Care
Yeah.
about no civilian government. The civilians don't do nothing. They're like
Yeah.
corporate banks, man. You know, Nigeria, and I've said this to a bunch of people. Nigeria is the American version, is the African version of America. It's a freaking corporation. It's not a country
Mm.
yet because they're
Mm.
always selling African droves. In the north, you got Saudis from the Middle Eastern people flooding money to there. From the south, you got white Europeans flooding money to there. In the east, you got Kenyans filling money into there. It's disgraceful. So China goes to most of the Igbo land, right?
Mm.
Western countries goes to the Yoruba land, right? And then the northern land, Awusas, that's where the Arabs go because they want to Muslimize the place. But see, what's happening is between the time of the generation of my parents' time, my time, and the generation behind me, we're like, so it's particularly our generation and behind us, they're like, hell no. Screw
Mm.
religion. All you
Mm.
pastors are criminals. All you do is sleep with people's wives and steal money and do this and do that. We don't want to hear about no white Jesus. Keep that to yourself because we all know Jesus ain't white. You see what I'm saying? So there's a revolution that I'm happy about, that I'm proud of, which reverse,
Mm.
no matter what we talk about, this mental revolution goes into our food, goes into our technology, goes into our industrialization. That's actually what one of the ones right there, industrialization, which is
Mm.
another topic another day.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the agriculture for me. You need to do simple things like buying tractors, buying plows, educating people on how to farm, seasonal farming. What are the things that we need to for rainy season, for summer season, for winter? We don't have winter season. We don't have winter season in Africa. So there's no
That's
reason why
amazing.
Africa shouldn't be supplying food to the rest of the world. Africa is the bedrock of the world.
I think so from my perspective, and I need to do the research, but I think one
Yeah.
of the main things, because of the lack of seasons, right? Because a lot
Right.
of times some of the countries um, suffer from a lack of water or the rainy
Dry
season.
route. Dry. What's that term? Dry something. Yeah.
So one of the main things to overcome or to put in place is irrigation systems, right?
Yes.
Because you got to get that water in there
Yes.
for the crops to grow. And so
Yes.
when we talk about infrastructure, that's one of the main things. And sometimes that might be, these irrigation systems,
Yeah.
that might be something that requires relationships with other countries, because when you're landlocked as a country, when you're landlocked, obviously I think there are lakes. I think there are lakes nearly all over Africa, but
Oh
obviously,
yeah. It's an
you know, s-
abundance.
so you can access the lakes, but it's getting those irrigation systems in place so you can grow, man. But like you said, the land is there, bro. The land is there, and the climate is there for things to grow. You just have
Yeah.
to have the knowledge of the land and have the right infrastructure and stuff. But the fact that the continent is so lush in terms of the plant life there, man, is it's like, and you're right, man. We look at it and we see what's happening. I'm so tired of seeing pictures of African kids
Starving.
on post. I,
Oh my
bro,
God.
I hated that in the '80s and the '70s when I was a little boy,
And
and
I hate it now.
you know what I mean. It's even sickening. It's even more sickening now because you think that was 30, 40 years ago, man. And the continent, you telling me the continent hasn't gone past that? Come on, bro.
No, because they
That's
don't
not
want to.
natural.
It's not natural. It's the greed. The greed of these appointees to sell their country to other countries. To be so greedy. So we got independence in the 60s. Let's say all the countries got all the independence by 1965. No,
Mm,
68 maybe. What are no, even let's say 1970. You're telling me that you didn't think it was important for you to continue to build sovereignty, to continue to own in the 70s. Look, in the up until 1997, naira, Nigerian money, was the number one currency in the world.
Mm.
Naira, you needed $2 to get 1 naira. You needed £2 to get 1 naira.
Hmm.
If you had £2, you could only get 80 kobo. You could not get 1 naira. That's that. The destruction of Nigeria was not only tactical, but it was intentional. White people did not want. They saw the power that was coming. So what did they do? It began with the assassination of Muritala Muhammad in 1972. Then
Is
the
that who
finishing
was
job.
that's is that who was the president out there,
Yeah, he
or
was a
who's
great president. He was a great president. He was military too. He realized that, okay, I need to do two things. I need to protect my people by being a military man, but I need to serve my people so that he can be independent. He was building Nigeria into what Indonesia has become today. If nothing would have happened to that man, per capita, Nigerians would have been the most highest paid making money people individually in the world.
what's his name again, bro?
Muritala Muhammad. Muritala. Muritala Muhammad. CIA did that job. Those
Wow.
bastards, as I like to call them, crooked international agencies. I got so many nicknames for them, man. I like to call them. My favorite one is drug dealers. They all they do is push crack. That's literally all they do is sell drugs.
So what was the charges that they associated him with to even
To do the
put out?
propaganda,
Yeah.
it wasn't so much charges. They got dudes that are working within this government to do a coup. It didn't work, so then they finally got him. Then it was cool again till about 1987 when we had about Obafemi Awolowo. So this guy named Ibrahim Babangida ran a coup. He's the reason. See, this idiot was talking about power. Meanwhile, these white people were talking about destroying their country's infrastructure. He's an
Mm.
idiot. Now,
Mm.
today, you need 1,500 naira. Listen to my words, Kimba. 1,500 naira to get one damn dollar.
That's wild, bro.
That's wild, bro. That's
That's
what happens
wild.
when you have appointees, greedy, self-serving individuals who have no patriotism. They're not patriots. If you're a patriot, your country. See, I can tolerate you being crooked. I've said, I've used this example on numerous times.
Mm.
If you have $10 in 10 naira in Nigeria, if the
Mm.
leader steals 1 naira, there's still 9 naira for the rest of the country to use to grow. But these idiots, they won't do that. They'll steal the entire 10 naira and then steal whatever else is on the floor. You know what I'm saying? And this is what brings me to our last part: food sovereignty. You
Mm.
cannot have. I don't want to hear about food security. Food security just means you get to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Forget
Yeah.
that. Food sovereignty means you control what's in your house. You don't need to
Mm-hmm.
go ship your food from France or from Italy or from China. Screw that. You build the food in your own house. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna let you go ahead with food sovereignty, but that's my food
Yeah.
sovereignty to me is the biggest deal right there.
You know, the the significance of it when we talk about it, and I hear you so passionately emphasize it, it reminds me of the autonomy that China has,
Yes.
and the fact that over the last 100 years they have focused on self-sufficiency.
Yep.
So you have a country like that that is humongous and has such a vast amount of manpower that they realize, you know what, we're going to mobilize our country and become self-sufficient to where people are coming to us and asking us for what we do. And not only that, we've established that we develop what we need as a country.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And
AI,
so
technology, military, food, you name it, cars. They're like, man, the only thing they're making is cars. I don't know if China has a car yet.
what?
Do they have a car yet?
What?
What's the name?
Build your dreams. Google it.
Oh crap. Build your dreams. Let me type this in. Build your
BYD. BYD.
wait. Say it B
Build your dreams. That was the
build
acronym.
YD.
No, no, no. That was the acronym BYD. Build your dreams.
Oh, okay. Build your let me I didn't Oh, so they. Oh, wow.
Now listen to me. When in its early stages, they didn't even allow other countries to buy the car. They
Damn.
just now, and they're not allowing foreign investment.
Nope.
They're just now allowing the cars, the automobiles to be purchased in other countries. Now, when I was over there 2 years ago, I was in the back of a taxi service,
Yeah.
and I saw this car drive by, and on the rear bumper, I saw, the decal of the cars. It shows you the make of who makes it. And I saw this thing on there. I saw these three words: "Build your dreams." And I was like, okay, all right, that's cool. They got it customized. They got their car customized. I was like, well, you can do that in other places where you get your personalized license plate,
Yeah.
right? So I thought it was that. Every time I saw a car go by, I started seeing the same thing.
Yeah.
So I asked the driver, I said, what is that? It was like, that's the Chinese car manufacturer.
Huh.
It's called Build Your Dreams. Bro, you can go to the mall. The way you buy these cars, you don't find them in park. You don't find
Yeah.
them. You go to the mall.
Yeah.
You know how you see cars in the mall sometimes?
Right.
You go to the car, you get on the computer,
Yeah.
and you design, customize
Yeah.
what you want in this vehicle.
Wow.
You order it.
Oh my God. And it shipped to your house. That's beautiful. That's what I need in Nigeria, man. Are you kidding me?
When you get some time, build your dreams. Check it out. They've just
Oh,
now,
I got it on the Google right now. This is incredible.
about 6 months ago, they came to this country. So I've been seeing them here now. Because when
Wow.
I was in when I was over there, when I would
Yeah.
be going to work in the morning,
Yeah.
Uber does not exist there. They got
I'm
this.
sure it don't.
They got the. They're not allowed. They got their own system. Is called DD, right? And when I was there, all I needed was a phone. I didn't need anything else to function there. No,
Wow.
no, it was totally cashless. Right now, if I wanted some cash to get some stuff from some vendors or something on the road, I could do that. But
Man.
so I ordered a taxi on my phone. The taxi comes, and bro, no word of exaggeration, it's like every taxi I jumped in was like a Tesla. Everyone I
Next
jumped in,
level.
everyone I jumped in. And you know what? 60%, their goal over the next 10 years is to have 60 to 80, 90% of their cars on road to be electric. So Build Your Dreams is all electric. There's no
Wow.
gas involved.
Man, this is what Africa needs to be doing. This is what Traore is actually doing in Burkina Faso. He actually has a car now. Burkina Faso is the first African
I
country that
saw
prepared.
that. I saw
It
that.
was, bro. I cannot wait till I can buy that and put it in Nigeria. Just to say I'm driving an African car. That's all I
Yeah.
care about. You know
Right.
what I'm
Right.
saying? And this is what I mean by food. This is why food sovereignty is important. Things like that, man. Not allowing other countries to come into your country. That's the pride Africa needs to take. Like, hey, you're not allowed to invest nothing. Get up out the paint. We can do that, but these African leaders are so greedy. Let me throw 100 million at you. Let me throw 200 million. Let me let you steal 50 million and starve your people. Because if I convert 50 million to African money, then it's like 300 whatever million. They're so greedy, and they themselves are the biggest parasites in Africa. These African
Mm,
appointees, man. You need food sovereignty to have governance over what you're eating. How you grow
yeah.
food, somebody can sanction you. Thank you
Yeah.
for joining us, all of you, whoever is joining us. Thank you all for the chat. Please don't forget to hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the notification button. Welcome to another awesome live streaming of the Cultural Capitalist Podcast. This is yours truly, Adewale Booker Jr. and King Kimba, aka the Colonel, man. So
Yep.
yeah, we know that food sovereignty, that's where I feel like it's a vital part to changing everything, because when you read these packages, now I want you, bro, next time you go into an African store or you travel to an African country, I want you to read the package and see what it says. See where it says the food sovereignty part is what I want you
Okay.
to focus on. You'll be like, oh,
Mm,
French sovereignty and whatever sovereignty. You know what I'm saying? Well, Africa needs to have that too. Food sovereignty, not food security, food sovereignty. We
yeah.
control what we eat. Nobody
Yeah.
can starve us out.
I'm
So
gonna
that's where we
try
at,
and
man.
get down to a shop this week,
Yeah,
um, and check it out because there's one not far.
man.
Um,
We are we
I
are
was
we are
just
doing so well, man. I
yeah,
can't even tell you, bro. The amount of views we got is righteously ridiculous, but
it's banging. Hey,
it's
listen,
banging.
I was just looking. Is it Itao? How you say it? The
Itao, wait,
the car industry in
yeah,
Burkina
Itao
Faso.
in Burkina Faso, yes, Itao, yeah.
I think it's electric as well, bro.
Yeah,
I
it is
think this
electric.
car's
It's the symbol looks like a horse, but it's not a horse. I think it's. I was watching a video about the story of that. It was so inspirational, man. I gotta
mm-hmm.
tell you, man. I've been no matter how hard things get, my last trip to Africa has really re-inspired me.
Yeah,
Like I usually think I'm a very inspired individual, but man, this level of inspiration is ridiculous. And
yeah,
I don't see things like, oh, if I don't get there right now, it's gonna be the end of the world. No, one of the mistakes I made when I dropped, where I corrected it when I put out my comic book, I was trying to rush, not remembering that it took me 9 years to create the book, and I'm gonna spend 9 years promoting the book. There's no need to rush. What's there to rush for? I'll sell
that's
the book every
big.
single day, every single week, every single month. So yeah, man, that's where we at, man. So I know we were gonna keep a show short today because my boys got to ride out of here. But before I get up out of here, y'all, I want y'all to know the first official Carjacks for Assassins comic book is out now on
Come on now,
sanusi.com.
let's
Let me
go,
pull it out. As you can see, I got the t-shirt on. Look,
let's
Carjack for
go.
Assassins training day, promoting this thing, new level material, man. This thing is I'm proud of this creation, man. It doesn't get any
Ooh,
cooler than this.
look at
This
him.
is this is where it's at. So this is the
Look at this
front right
brother.
here. This is the back
Mm,
right here. And then of course I'm gonna show
mm,
y'all a little one-page snippet, you know. So this is work. I did not realize how much work I did till I actually
mm,
had the copy in my hand. Like, man, and then to have the nerve of people ask me how much, I said it's $200. The price isn't
mm,
gonna change. You're lucky I'm charging $200.
mm,
People were expecting me to do $25, 30. I'm not doing that.
mm.
This isn't a comic book. This is an art piece. I reached out to various different book places like libraries and stuff. I would write them emails and they would answer me, which was great. But then they'll say, well, we don't want to pay 200. First of all, I wasn't asking you to pay. I was actually thinking about donating my comic to your library. But since you want to be stupid, I don't need you. I'll keep my independent route. You know how people don't think before they answer? I'm gonna donate this comic book that's worth God knows how much to you so you can have it in your library. Yes, indirectly, I'm gonna promote my stuff through social media, but I'm also trying to put it eyes in your library. People don't. I don't think people understand growth. They think that you're gonna stay in the same place forever. And now when I get bigger, oh, do you mind coming back to our library and letting us put out? No, I'm not gonna be. I don't need you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, the book is out. I bought this is my copy that I bought. Yes, I bought my own comic. I literally bought my own comic. I was like, yeah, I'm buying one. I don't care. I'm buying one. The minute I dropped it, I went and bought it, man. I said I gotta buy
Man.
my own. Because this, if I don't buy it, who else is gonna, man? If I'm not buying my own comic book, what does that say about what I got?
Mm,
You know what I'm saying?
mm.
I remember when I dropped my album Cajun Strikes back then. I bought that album too. I buy my own gear all the time. I'm supporting myself.
Bro, listen, you know I say it all the time how much of an inspiration you are. And
Likewise, man. You know,
it's beautiful, man. And yeah, man, it's fire. It's fire. You know, everything we've been talking about, you're actually doing, right? Like food sovereignty, you're doing it, right? You're growing it in your own backyard. And you're sharing it with the world, man. So
yeah,
man, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited to see it grow. Excited
yes,
that you
sir.
got your first one finished and you've
Yeah,
been through the process. So now you know the process.
yes, yes.
You
That
know,
process is always vital, man. And likewise for you too. I'm proud of you, man, because there's a lot of work. And what a lot of y'all don't understand is that the failures that we have both had individually, and they have been monumental failures. And I wouldn't
mm,
call them failures because I think they were just giant obstacles that we didn't understand were obstacles, not failures. Because failure means you quit. That's how I see failure. Obstacles means okay, you sit down and say, okay, how can I go about this situation and make it better? And that's what we
mm,
both did. I think when you look back at 12 years ago, this alliance that we have now, or this brotherhood, I want to call it an alliance, this brotherhood, I don't
mm,
think we saw it, but we didn't know how to use it. Now we
mm,
know how to use it, and that
mm,
creates a powerful situation to the point where your independence. I remember since I've met Kimber, man, all I ever talk about is being independent, man. My own record label, my own yada yada. He's like, this guy never talks about joining forces with Amazon, any of that nonsense. He never talks about it. He's like, nah, I'm gonna start my own everything. I don't care.
Hey, listen, and I don't have a problem with it because I understand it, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm the same. It's like, why do when you ask somebody, there's often dependence, right?
Yes.
And when it's mutual, it's mutual. You know what I'm saying? And you work together, but a lot of times you could lose a lot in trying to have other hands in it, man.
Yep. It
And
gets messy.
yeah,
It gets
yeah.
real
So
messy. To where ownership is an issue, sovereignty. See, people don't understand the word sovereignty and ownership are kind of the same thing. Sovereignty means control of what is in your space, right?
mm,
So now, I remember on my last stream on TikTok, because I don't want to hold us too long. Everybody asking me, man, what if Marvel comes up and says, man, we want to buy Cadre of Assassins? And I said, in unpolitely, I'll have the middle finger waiting for them. I'm not. And the reason why I say this is because sovereignty. I want you to name things that have been around for 100 years in the hands of African descendant people. White people always owning beer for 100. Miller Lite owned for 100 years through the family. Whatever you can think of. Well, Africans, stop selling your stuff. Own. The biggest one that infuriates me the most is rap and hip hop. And I say rap and hip hop because they're two different things. I heard Tupac say this one time. He said, hip hop needs to stay hip hop and keep growing the community. Rap, y'all can rap about what the hell y'all want to rap about. Because everybody knows a lot of rap is a lot of bullshit. But hip hop is the soul of the African American nation. It's how we think. It's how we process. It's our culture. It's our understanding. It's our mathematics. It's our English. It's our science. It's our ethics. It's our code of conduct. Rap is just somebody talking junk and wanting to make a beat sound good. Whereas hip hop is like the way we live. So when we talk about the way we live, we talk about the great days of when KRS-One was back in the day, Public Enemy, all these great dudes that were rapping about real stuff, Common, Nas in the beginning. That's hip hop. Rap is these idiots just rapping about got chicken heads in their video, how many cars they got in the video. That's rap. But hip hop is the stuff that changes our way of thinking. That's Tupac. That's Nas. That's Public Enemy again. KRS-One, yourself, myself, Logic, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Lauryn Hill, Common. I mean the list. Talib Kweli, Mos Def. And speaking of Talib Kweli and Mos Def, they've literally just shown us how to drop an album without being married to a dysfunctional disgrace of an industry. We need to do what they're doing. All musicians, any genre of music, you need to go do what they did. Literally. And you will be happy. Instead of
yeah.
focusing on, I went 10 times platinum in the first week. Forget all that. You can go 10 times platinum all you want to. But all the money you're making ain't yours. You're getting pennies on a dollar. You know what I'm saying? It's like I always say, I wrote this track and it's going to come out one day on the fifth album. It's an interesting track, man. How I talk about how musicians are just used as money cows. It's a very mind. I wrote it when oh boy died. When Nipsey died. It inspired me a lot. It was like he was doing something they didn't like. He was completely independent. He went platinum just in LA without any record label.
Wow.
By himself, just platinum by himself.
Are you serious?
Yes, he did. He went platinum. Victory Lap was platinum. That's why he was nominated for a Grammy. Nipsey had, Nipsey's East Side Africa, right? He's
Yeah.
descended
He's
from King
Eritrea,
Solomon.
right?
Say
Is he
what?
Eritrea? Is he from Eritrea?
Yeah, he's descendant of King Solomon. So that's why he's that tall like that. So what he was doing was really, and what really Nipsey, speaking of Nipsey, I'm gonna make this short. What really got our brother killed was the fact that this brother was keeping brothers and sisters out of jail. The CIA and the FBI and the Los Angeles community and the Los Angeles County Police didn't like that. We can't jail y'all. We can't make money off of y'all. So you can tell by the way Nipsey spoke, he read a lot. Less TV and more books. More books, more ideas. More ideas, more creation. More creation, more structure. More structure, sovereignty. When you got sovereignty, white people don't like that. Or anyone who... Do you know that Haiti is owned by Lebanese families? 12 Lebanese families.
Which one is?
Haiti. The entire infrastructure of Haiti is owned by 12 Lebanese families. Stealing their oil. Stealing their resources, right? This is why the people of Haiti are rebelling. And then the propaganda of the U.S. talk about it's a gang. It's not. There's no gangs in Haiti. These are freedom fighters fighting for the liberation of their country. And then the nerve of the U.S. to send this black ops group in there to come and fight them. I hope the Asian people wipe all their sorry asses out. Wipe them all out. How dare you land on another person's country to tell them what to do? They've always had it against Haiti because Haiti was the first African diaspora country to be free itself in
Yeah.
1861. Was it? No, 1848, I think it was. They've always
Not
had it.
really
The
that.
Haitian people are some strong brothers and sisters. They ain't having it. And they shouldn't have it. So when me and you talk about stuff like this, we're no longer having it either. The minute you construct your mind, you've had enough of it. You've had enough of it. That's why, remember when I told you when we started this podcast, what was going to happen? And that is what's happening right now, brother. If I tell you how many views we got once we get off, you're going to be tripping out.
Wow.
We've arrived, bro. It's
Oh
only going to
man,
get bigger.
respect.
It's
Respect, bro.
only going to get bigger. I told you.
Wow. Wow.
And I'm grateful to the universe that God put us in our paths, but then God said, time for y'all to form Voltron.
Yeah.
And then we both have the humility to understand that
Mm.
his success is not stopping mine.
Mm.
Bro, when you dropped your album, what did I do for the first 6 months?
Yeah, he was running it. He was
I was
running it.
literally running it. I still run it.
Yeah.
I don't need nobody to tell me I need to run my brother's thing. I already told you, bro. One day I'm gonna be making a movie, animated series. Yo, Kimba, I can do music myself, but I just want my brother's shit on my stuff. So everybody,
Man.
so all 1 billion people that see my stuff is seeing his stuff. I
Man.
got nothing to lose. Like how I
It's
make my
real.
gear, my boy already knows how I do it. I told him everything. What I got to lose? He can be a billionaire. I can be a billionaire. In fact, he could be 10 billionaire, and I'll be 1 billion. I'm good. I don't worship money. Money don't move me.
You talking that talk, bro. Listen, you showing people how you do. You showing people how you go up. This is
See
it
that
right
dude
here.
Juan right there? Juan, I've told him repeatedly a bunch of times. Change who you're moving with so your life can
Mm.
change. Now I think he's starting to understand what I'm saying.
Mm.
He's starting. Juan, I know you in there in that chat right now. You hearing what I'm saying? I tell you this shit
Mm.
all the time. You gotta change who you move with so your life can change too. People are
Yeah.
not gonna let you change which benefits them. If your
Mm.
change doesn't benefit them, they don't want you to change.
Yeah.
But when your change benefits you and it elevates your life, that's a whole different ballgame. We've both, like I said, we never failed. Failure means you gave up. What we
Yeah.
faced was obstacles and how we dealt with those obstacles while we stand where we are today, man. So y'all, my boys got to get up out of here because it's got an early morning. I got an early morning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we're grateful for everything, man. Kimber, what you got for the people, man?
Hey,
Aside from the
listen.
anxious, not this, what's that thing? Anxious. What's the what? I'm saying this
Yeah,
all rapid.
anxious for nothing. So
Anxious for nothing. It's a new clothing line
yes,
movement he got going.
you did right
And
here.
then we got to put King Kimba. Wait, I am KingKimba.com. I am King Kimba.
Oh no, just kingkimba.com.
Yeah, let
And
me
then
put that in the chat, man.
yeah, kimba.com.
KingKimba.com. So all of
Mm-hmm.
y'all want to visit my board game, you can click that thing and then go ahead and do what it do, man. And
Yeah.
let me be quite frank about this one. Drop them dollars, them pounds, them yen, whatever however you spending your money. Ain't nothing up in there free, man. You see
That's
what I'm
what's up.
saying? This ain't
That's
no
what's
free
up.
music. This ain't no free nothing. We recouping what we spend. It's called
That's what's up.
investment. It's called rate of return for all y'all don't understand. So y'all, yes, that's all. And for me, as far as I already told y'all, Cardiac Assassins Training Day. And just to let y'all know, I will be at Los Angeles Comic Con 2025 this year. It's a big show. You know, this is I actually got in there because of my the amount of success I'm having on social media. They're like, man, this guy's big time on this thing now. We gotta get this guy up in here. And so look for that. Hopefully I'll be going to Comic-Con 2, which is in San Diego next year. But if I don't,
Wow.
I ain't tripping. But the main thing is that everything continues to grow in an abundance and it's in the direction I want. Like I always tell God every day when I pray, morning and night, I get it in twice a day. I say exactly what I'm looking for. And this for all of y'all who are with us in this chat right now. When you pray to God, don't just pray random. No, be specific about your prayer because God can answer random, but if you're specific about your prayer, now those things get to be manifested into reality. And God ain't rewarding laziness. So get off your backside, put in that work, put in that good work. Don't freeload off of nobody. Be add to society. Don't subtract from it. And then
Come on, bro.
you too can grow yourself to where you want to be. Like I
Come
say,
on.
man, when me and Kimber started this thing, we were lucky if we could get 5 views, man. We were lucky if we get one person even show up. Now we getting a bunch of people show up all the time. You know what I'm saying? The views on this thing is ridiculous. So we
Yeah.
thank everybody for being part of the stream tonight, man. Kimba, we're gonna be back again next week, same time. We're gonna pick up where we left off. So today
Yeah.
was agriculture. Next
Yeah.
week
And
might
food
be
sovereignty.
tech industrialization. But we're gonna talk about Africa with the 4 main blocks of we might be industrialization, y'all, because that is a very once you can eat, now you can grow what you're eating and everything else around it. And they can bring about other ideas. So we're gonna be back next week, y'all. As always, man, the two things always end with one. There's no success in skipping steps. The back of the line is just as important as
That's
the front of the
important as
line.
in front of the line.
Yes, sir. Be determined and not desperate. And I made that one up. Both of those lines are mine. Damn it.
Yes, sir. Let's
And the
go.
second one, your
Let's
dreams can be
go.
delayed but must never be extinguished. So wait till time while the universe delivers your right hand. Be determined, not desperate. And what that means is that you didn't fail. It's just that in 2024 or 2016, you didn't make it happen. Well, now, 2025, 2026 is your time to shine. So for all of y'all watching us, keep shining, keep prospering, keep aspiring and achieve, and don't let this world tell you what you can't be. But every day when you wake up, tell yourself what you can be. All right,
Come on.
y'all. Continue to
Yep.
aspire and achieve. Have a great day. Stay safe, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Yes, sir.